Hello and welcome. My name is Anna Delman. I'm on day number 253 as well as day number 254. 254 is today of my note writing adventure. So 2 notes on the same day, and that is because although I wrote this yesterday, I was not able to upload anything onto the internet. We had issues, or rather I should say I had an issue. We had fiber optic cables run for our internet service, and by the end of the workday it took quite a long time to get it all run, and then at the end of the day they connected. It was wonderfully beautiful upstairs and in the apartments on the top part of the property, and then they came and did a reading down in my unit, and it was great. And so they went up and disconnected the boosters, etc. And I wasn't working on my laptop at that time. I was busy doing other things. I knew they were doing that, and it was with the readings that were taken, it was supposed to be great. So they went off at the end of their workday. It was way over the end of their workday, and then when I came down to want to post things onto YouTube, I had no internet. Neither did I have any internet on my cell phone. So what to do when all these things come our way? And then most of yesterday, obviously with them working, etc., we weren't around. I wasn't around, so I wasn't able to do any work on the internet yesterday. So my note for day 253 was time to restore my inner system. What am I focusing on? Is what I say is sufficient truly enough for me, and is that the sufficiency on which I say I'm living? When everything I'm focused on, I'm not able to pursue it because internet has been cut, not that, you know what I mean, crashed. Literally, when I tried to enter the new passcodes, my laptop crashed. I had to reset, did that 4 times, and 4 times my laptop crashed. So I decided just to leave it alone. We did call them late yesterday, early evening, and they promised to be out this morning. But let me go back to yesterday, and I'll talk about yesterday before I get on to day 254. So as I was contemplating the day and the end of the day, I was pondering a verse to focus on. Matthew 6:34, do not worry or be anxious about tomorrow, for tomorrow will have worries and anxieties of its own. Sufficient for each day is its own trouble. And that was just a casual look at the verse. I didn't do any of the read. The read is today. But I was just thinking about that verse. Not having internet, which sounds so petty, really it is in what most people have as problems in life. It did curtail my normal activities. I do a lot of work on the internet. I follow the news. I stay in contact with my friends. I find my encouragement from like-minded friends and communities on the internet, and all of that was gone. And then I thought, when all this is gone, isn't it time for me to focus on what that could be showing about my functioning? Do I need to restore my inner system, and what am I focusing on? As I worked through the day and it went into the early evening and the night, I realized what a blessing it has been that over the past many years God has called my focus to be on being satisfied on His companionship and His presence in my life. And nothing can take away from that. That is sufficient for today. I cannot control what happens the next day, but just today, here, now, in the moment, my focus needs to be in response to all these things possibly being taken away from me permanently. Is He good enough? Is He worthy? Yes, He is. There's an old hymn, is He worthy? He is. That's a great, great hymn. So today is day number 254. What is God doing when you have no solutions to people, places, and things? You may not have all the knowledge needed to resolve the situation beyond the technical, and that's referring to the internet stuff. Furthermore, we need to wait. We need to be patient, whatever the people, places, and things that the Lord is stretching us in and through. we need to stretch our trust, and don't forget to be grateful and thankful. So thankful is is an immediate thing. I do something for you, you say thank you. You do something for me, I say thank you. It's like an expression of an immediate sentiment when something has been done for us, towards us, etc. Gratitude is the ongoing relationship. It's deeper, it's more sustained, and it is an ongoing recognition of the favor that has been given us by the people, places, and things, and the care and the profound caring we receive. Now, as a believer, the greatest gratitude we can have is the momentary thankfulness in response to what God is doing in a moment. That thankfulness should be more than what a non-believer would be, because it is sustained by an ongoing gratitude that we've cultivated through being thankful in the moments when something blessed has happened for and to us. Now, when today started, I had great hopes that the service personnel would be out early-ish, and that I'd be able to at least post the video I did yesterday. However, as the day progressed, it was 3 o'clock and then 3:30, and then finally they came. So how did I spend my day when I didn't want to be distracted or be sitting at my desk and being concerned about my laptop or my cell phone, which I couldn't connect to the internet either. So I went out and did some gardening. I have quite a few containers filled with herbs. I love herb gardening, and I have a lot of them. We are going to be doing something different in the front garden, so my containers have to be moved back. So I started the slow process of making space for them and doing that. Physical labor is good for me. It's the way I sort out my thoughts, as is labor with my hands. It's either I need to do cooking or baking or gardening, something with my hands, because as I'm working through my hands, it kind of calms my heart and allows me to think through things more rhythmically, more slowly, and in just a pace that I can sort things out and be smiling my face doesn't have to wear the smile, but my heart is wearing the smile that I know God is in control, and should he choose not to restore my internet, that he has another plan. Maybe he just wants me to spend time just reading his word and sitting at the feet of Jesus, being grown and stretched and knowing him more and more and more for as long as he would determine it to be. Well, that was my note for today, and then I looked at the words explained a little bit more in the original text, and then tomorrow, and tomorrow means obviously the morning, the start of the next day. It's like the breeze of the morning. Do not worry about when the breeze of the morning comes to you. For tomorrow, the breeze of the morning will have enough anxieties. What comes with it, from nowhere per se, from nowhere, it just filters to us, and life happens. Sufficient, enough. It's raising a barrier to stop us going forward or whatever. It's warding off anything that could be rescuing of us, and it is content to stay as it is in the problems that it brings. For each day is a season of time, and the trouble is the badness, the noise, the noisiness that comes to us, either literal noise or figurative noise that comes to us, words we hear that aren't what we want to hear, news that comes that's bad, and the depravity, people throwing temptation at us or us seeing temptation. What are you watching? What kind of movies are you watching? If the news is so bad that you don't want to see it anymore, are you not watching and just listening to the audio of it? That helps a whole lot. I love being current on the news. I love what's going on in the world. I particularly follow anything and everything about the US because I lived there so long, and my heart and very many of those people I love dearly are still there. So I follow much of what happens there, but I sometimes don't want to see what's happening. So I listen. I don't have to see. So that is what my focus has been. don't forget to be grateful and thankful, and we need to focus on that, friends, our gratitude and our thanksgiving. So what happened with the internet? These young men came out. They were the same ones who worked here yesterday, and I took my laptop up for them. I took my cell phone up for them. They had disconnected the booster yesterday, and the booster is upstairs, and it's brick walls and metal in the walls, because it's a double story, and it is part of the strengthening of the wall, obviously. So the signal that would reach me is very weak. However, the boosters were removed yesterday, and the signal I received was the full fiber optic cable. I think they said it was 5G coming in. For some reason, my laptop, which is older and isn't up to the standard that 5G would meet with it just kept crashing my laptop. So after going through everything, they checked my laptop, they did everything that they could. They were concerned. They didn't want to do too much, because they would, if they upgraded something, it would crash and I might lose part of my database. Long story short, we decided to try a last thing. They reinstalled the booster. Now the booster at one point only received or broke down what was coming from the router to the booster, and then what was coming through to my laptop down the stairs through the brick and the metal is 2.5. My laptop can work with 2.5. They get along well, just swell. But even when I take my laptop upstairs, the fiber optics and my laptop don't get along. Now, to me, it doesn't seem like a logical thing. The booster, my laptop can receive the information, the stuff, what's in the airwaves. It can receive it and operate just fine. But the booster, one would think what came through through the router to the booster would be the same load, but it broke it down to a usable amount for my laptop. Friends, I am so grateful to that. Oh, and my little cell phone too, it broke it down to how I could function as I had previously with my appliances, my technology. I'm so thankful. It would have been a very expensive endeavor if I had to go out to buy a new laptop and a new cell phone just to be able to function with that. It's not in the budget for right now, and so not a good thing. I gave both those little men a hug. I'm old enough to be their grandmother. Cute little boys, just out of gratitude, and I thank them from the bottom of my heart. Truly, truly, I'm grateful to them, but more importantly, I'm grateful to God, who knew my need, and He knew what the sufficiency would be for me, for the trouble for today, and that's what He allowed. So I'm thankful to the Lord. I hope that very simple explanation that I've given you is an encouragement. Please break it down to your circumstances, and know that even though you feel that you're alone, and that the people, places, and things are of such an overwhelming issue in your life that you can't see God's hand, and that the trouble that you have at your door, the door of your heart, the door of your life, is so overwhelming that you can't function. Friends, that's when you've got to go hide under the shadow of His wings. Go sit somewhere alone, in your room, on your bed, on the loo, anywhere where you can be alone for a moment, and be thankful to the Lord for sustaining you in that moment. Not the next moment, and literally I don't mean the next hour, I mean in this hour. And thank Him for His faithfulness in the past hour, and the hour before that, and the hour before that, even if they were terribly hard. And thank Him. And ask Him to be with you as He has sustained you and been faithful in the past hours, the past day, the past 24, the past 48, the past 70 hours. Ask Him for His grace to strengthen you to endure the next 12, the next 24, day by day, and with each passing moment, right? Sometimes that's all we've got. I'm not making light of it. I know what it's like to be in very difficult situations. The internet issue, really, really not much in comparison to the real trials and problems we have in life. So until tomorrow, friends, I hope to be day by day again, sharing with you, encouraging myself, and more importantly, because I have a God who is faithful, I want to encourage you along the way too. So until then, take care, God bless, and bye-bye for now.